right, to get us started this morning, and for those that don't know about Ga Unum, conversations about a secure and paperless system have been going on for some time between Department of Behavioral Health, Developmental Disabilities, and the DUI Intervention Program, as well as Eady Incorporated, a client management and assessment software company that works in a variety of different states and for individual companies, and the Ready Train. The Ready Train is myself, Renee Eady. I'm the trainer and coordinator of the Ga Unum project. And as I said, conversations about the system have been going on for a long time. It got more detailed and serious last July, August in 2016. And since then, it has become a flurry of activity with providers providing feedback and testing the system. And then we started a pilot program in December of 2016, which went on through January. Ga Unum went live on February 6th, and many providers have been trained and are using the system now. The Unum application is a web-based document sharing application that makes it easier for evaluators, clients, and associates. And associates can be part of the legal team, probation, court systems, or treatment providers that collaborate and move the client forward through this process without a lot of lag time. It has 3 unique portals or access points. The evaluator portal is the primary account, and the client and associate can upload or receive documents as designated by the clinical evaluator. It's a secure system that meets both HIPAA and high-tech requirements and only allows information shared based on the clinical evaluator's oversight and the client's approval through releases of information that can be signed through the client portal. It's flexible since it doesn't require a large monthly fee to be charged for a person to have access to it. It is a per client fee basis, so it is only based on the number of clients the person has. Of course, you want to put all of your clients in the system for security and convenience. Today, I'm here with Charles Britt of Alpha Hope Counseling. So Charles, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hi, Renee. Well, it's great to be with you today for the call, and I'm the director of Alpha Hope Counseling. We have an office here in Dawsonville, Georgia, where I'm at now, and also in our coming location. And we've been using the Unum system now since it's gone live, and just having a great time learning the system and having it be a great benefit to our counseling staff here.
I'm glad to be here with you this morning, and just want to kind of talk to you a little bit about the system. And to start off with, what did you think about Unum when you first heard about it?
Well, this was something that I had been hoping for a long, long time. Never thought it would actually happen. I looked into some other systems to see if I could help streamline the process of evaluations, and they were just too expensive for me to utilize. And so this system came along, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful thing to happen.
You saw that this would meet your needs without a lot of extra expense.
Absolutely. What I didn't really expect was the confidentiality and the HIPAA and high-tech requirements, which now, of course, back then I was just looking to make it easier to do evaluations, but then to coordinate with the different probation officers and attorneys, and this just was what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's kind of beyond your expectations about the system.
Exactly.
So now that you've been using Unum for a while, what are your thoughts?
Well, it is a system that requires you to get the client on board. That's been one area, and so people who are savvy with technology, it seems to just go really quickly for them. Clients who aren't savvy with technology, it requires us to help them along the way, but even then it saves time in the long run because it just streamlines everything.
So even though some clients may not be as comfortable with the technology, you find for you as the provider, it is still saving you time and therefore money using the system.
Exactly. As we all know, most doctors will hand you a tablet now when you go into their office.
Right.
I've gotten an inexpensive tablet and used that to allow them to go in and answer the questions while we're sitting there in the session, and then of course explaining it to them as we go along.
Yeah, so you're able to help their comfort level as you work with them in your office.
Exactly.
So what are some of your favorite features that you've been able to utilize in Unum?
Well, one of my favorite features is of course, the release of information. Those were always so difficult. They didn't have the information or they didn't have the person's name, and as long as you have an email address and their phone number, you can kind of look them up and see what their address is and online, and I like that. It just streamlines the whole process. Um, Also, the requesting information from risk reduction programs makes it very, very convenient.
So being able to get that needs assessment has been easier for you, as well as getting clients to sign that paperwork even when they're outside of the office.
Yes, absolutely. And when we do the verification of sobriety reports and also the motor vehicle report requests, those all are very easy to upload onto the system. And even if they have to fax it to me, I can upload it a lot simpler. And I've got all my documents in one place, and I know when I've sent it out. I love that time date stamp that when they call back later, I can just say, I sent this to you on such and such a date, and please get that back to me as soon as possible.
Yeah, so you have all your documents in one place, and you have a history of when you communicated, whether that is with a client or with an associate, all right there at your fingertips.
Absolutely, and it makes me feel less scattered, more together in terms of the clinical evals. I used to dread doing them, and now when I see them on my schedule, I think, oh, I've got this, and it is very simple. I love it.
Yeah. So, Charles, and when you think about how much time it has been saving you, what do you think the difference is in when you were doing everything by hand before compared to now?
Well, obviously, just trying to get in touch with people and getting the information to them and back and forth, that time has just been cut down drastically with the risk reduction programs and probation. And I find that they love it when you invite them and call them and tell them what it is before you send them the invitation. They will get on board and they will respond to that email and get in the system quickly because it saves them time as well. I think they need a little explanation at first. A personal call is great to a probation officer or even a risk reduction program who's not online in the system, or an attorney, before you actually send them an invitation.
And so when you've talked to them, it allows you to do a little bit of networking with them, introduce them to you if they don't know you personally, but they have been receptive to using Unum.
They have, and as long as they understand the confidentiality and that this is a system that everyone's using across the state, that's what they really like.
Right, right. There's some uniformity to the system.
Yes.
Now, you've been working with the system for a couple of months now, so how has the customer service and training been for you?
It's been great. I've been to a meeting there live with you and started to learn. Others of my colleagues have been to the WebEx trainings, and we feel confident. We feel like there's still some questions and things that we get answered very quickly by calling you, and I love having that personal resource because things come up, and it's things like that need our learning process to go on, and we're still in the learning process, but it's very simple. I've completed several evals now, and I feel more confident every time.
Okay. So if you were to recommend Unum to other providers, what would you tell them?
Well, I would say it will save you a lot of time, which is also money. The small fee that we just add into our price that we charge the client is very minimal compared to what you're getting as far as the professionalism and the savings of time and money. So I would say go ahead, give it a try, and if you need help, there's help provided here, and the trainings are great.
Yeah, so it's saving you time and money. The resources are there. If you have questions, there's a quick turnaround for that, and it's all been worth it and exciting for you to be able to use it.
Also, after you've been in this line of work for a number of years, you accumulate a lot of paperwork. And
Right.
today I'm actually having 10 boxes of files that are outdated, shredded and securely shredded, and so the cost and the time just to take and get those all taken care of, and also the paper that we save and the file folders and all of that. It's just a major ordeal. So I'm very thankful for Unum.
Right. The filing cabinets and paper, as you mentioned, is a tremendous amount of resources that are tied up in that. Whether you're paying for that or we're chopping down trees, it is a big savings for all involved.
And it saves my back too. That's
All right. Well, I appreciate you spending some time talking with me this morning, Charles. Is there anything else you would like to add before we sign off?
Well, I would just like to say thank you, Renee, for all you do in helping us get this going here in Georgia. And thanks to the Scott Dunbar and the team there at Eady, and just it's been a great collaborative effort, and I'm so hopeful and excited to see this come to Georgia.
Well, thank you, Charles, and thank you for all the feedback that you've been giving us. And just around the corner, we will have the treatment program available, so we'll be counting on you to help pilot that program as well.
Sounds great. We'll be glad to help.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. You too.